Hello, my routers. This is Southern 207 coming at you with a layout update / tool update and let you know what's going on my end. First off the bat, you guys know how I've been talking highly about a YouTuber by the name of hand-laid tracks and 3D printed trains. For those of you who do hand-laying track like I do, he has come up with some very, very handy jigs. This is a number 4 rail cutter. Yes, I know it looks excessively long, but there's actually a benefit to having the stock rails that long. If you screw up, he's giving you plenty of real estate to play with. Now, with that being said, he's also come up with jigs to help us with cutting the grooves in the ties, and also cutting the ties to length. This uses the copperhead sticks, which your best bet with these is to get the long one, the extra long ones, and then scale. Personally, I've been cutting my PC board, which I'll get to the tool in a minute, I've been using lately, and I highly recommend buying it off Amazon because it's only 13 bucks. Here's another version. This is for number 6. But as you notice, some of them show second cut. And what you do is you go from that, pull that tie out, and move it down to this end, and it gives you the second cut, which gives you that center groove in between the frog. Now, he's also made our lives a lot cheaper too. These are based off of National Router-Association recommended practices. This is a siding jig he came up with, which incorporates one of his handy little tools, another handy tool he's created. Up here at this very end is using, what you do is you put a PC board tie here and here. This is where they'd land. Well, you take those two, move them down mid-jig here, and it just everything lines perfectly up. You lay them your rails right on top of each other, cut the ties, cut the rail right where it lands in the middle of the tie, and as the saying goes, Bob's your uncle. And that simplifies the track, which that jig also incorporates the tie cutter and tie gapping tool all in one. Which, if you want to just do all your ties in one go, this is for straight or curved turnout or track. And you can do 20 ties in a single shot. Now, for us scratch builders, Vinny and others, a very handy little handheld tool. This is created by a Thingiverse creator by the name of Summer. He also has a 3D printable roundhouse, which is capable of handling a River Rossi big boy. But this is adjustable, infinite, as you can see by the holes. The screw that I'm using is an M3 by 10. The reason why I said M3 by 10, as you can see, it's pretty thick. But notice something. Your fingers are nowhere near that where the blade's at. You can also put this in a vise and cut stuff. If you're doing a bunch of cuts repetitively, boom. That's taken care of. Another variation of the straight track jigs, which Sumner also created I don't know, well, most of you guys are familiar with how Fast Tracks has all their tools out of metal. Sumner came up with the oddball stuff that you cannot get. He has a 4.5, 6, 8 and a 10 frog helper jig. I've used this one extensively. I will state for the record, worth the filament. In fact, all these have been worth the filament. But getting to that tool I was talking to you guys about. This is the $13 fret saw. It is made in India, but there are several reasons why I like it. As you can see, there's quite a bit of adjustment on this puppy. This is capable of cutting brass, sheet metal, steel, and most lightweight metals. But word of warning, lube the blades. It comes with, straight from Amazon, 144 blades with that saw for 13 bucks. I'm not affiliated with Amazon yet, but when I see a good deal, I try and pass it on to you guys. In fact, I highly recommend these for cutting PC board, because I'll show you guys just how tight of a groove this stuff can be cut. Backside there should show you. Those are some pretty thin cuts. That blade is probably closer to a 0.5 of a millimeter in width. Which, word of advice for those of you who want to play cheap, like I have, buy your PC board on Amazon. There's a reason why I'm saying this. All that, 20 bucks. And as you can see, it's not a small chunk. There's 10 of them in a bag. Now currently what I've got on order through Amazon, which, word warning, when ordering off Amazon, be prepared, because you come across morons that don't seem to understand that this stuff can take some beating before it's considered not sellable. This is how, which this is another company that is a new startup one. They're actually based 4 hours from me. I'm not affiliated with them. I'm just letting you guys know. But as far as the Pico track and switches go, I'm giving you guys another heads up. We're already fit in the oh shit stages of a very large scale Pico track shortage. Some of you guys are well aware of it. I do use Pico switches, but the problem is these little suckers are not being produced at all right now, nor is any of their track components. Atlas, on the other hand, it's touch and go. There's another container coming from China, but before it's allowed to leave the docks now, they're having to fully sanitize the entire container and all contents in said container. Now, with that being said, when you get your engines in cars, be prepared to pull them apart and do a thorough clean. Ugh. One of the other projects I've been working on, and this is a new engine you guys have not seen me yet, buy yet, that I bought yet. The engine was a mile power, an X-Mile Power 040. The tender it came with sucked as far as electrical pickup. I had an old Proto 1000 080 steam engine, but the tender was missing. I'm in the process of installing a Z2 decoder in there. I still have to figure out how to get the headlight to work, because it's currently picking up current off the board. I got the manual for that. But you're wondering, why in the world did I stock up on the track and switches? Well, this upper deck here, all the way down to where that pile of crap is, which, yes, I know it's going to be getting cleared off, which brings up something else I've been debating for a while. Like, I'm gonna do what Lance Weber did and buy a shed, like, similar to what he's got, but instead of having just what I have here is only 10 foot wide, I'm seriously thinking about going much bigger, 14 foot wide, by either 24 or 32 foot long, because it's gonna be on a skid. I'll have to see what is currently available around here, because if I can get a 14 foot shed, the only thing I'd have to do is take time and do electrical work in it, and get everything buttoned up. Now, with that being said, I'm gonna make sure it has a full ceiling, aka loft area, with nags attached to where I can gain access to it and put stuff up overhead. But there really hasn't been much else I've been doing other than getting over bronchitis, which I had acute bronchitis, although personally I think it was actually pneumonia beforehand, because I was working, and this unfortunately is the side effect of working in a restaurant. If one person comes in sick, which word of advice, anybody that is sick that's been going to restaurants, you're putting everybody in risk. N-rant. I've been sick for the last 5 weeks. For the last 3 weeks, I was out of work. I'm going back to work sometime this week. In fact, in about 20 minutes from the time I'm recording this, I have to call in and find out my schedule for next week. But, with that being said, if you're sick, coughing, or anything of that nature, have someone else go pick your food up, or have Uber Eats or Lyft bring the food to you. Do not put us essential workers, which that's what I'm classified as now. And I'm also a licensed food handler and food prep cook, because I do some cooking. In case you guys are wondering, everything is done under close supervision of licensed chefs, done by the Commonwealth of Virginia. Now, personally, this last couple weeks has been complete hell on me. You guys have probably been noticing I've been showing up in quite a few of the live streams. I work from about 6:30 in the morning till about 3 o'clock in the afternoon. Then I have to hurry up and do housework and other stuff. So it really doesn't leave me much choice to what I can do and what I can't do. But hence why, instead of going through the whole headache of buying all the materials, building my own shed and all that, I looked at the pros and cons, and it's actually going to be cheaper for me in the long haul to go ahead and buy a shed. It's already prefabbed. And the only thing I had to do is drill holes and run my wire, run the necessary outlets and switches and lighting. So I'll try and reuse as much as what I currently got as possible, because let's face it, we're frugal. Now, getting back to what I was saying, trying to get a lot of stuff done, which the current train show scheduling is, which my next show, which this is totally dependent on what the state does, and I hope to God we get rid of the current governor, because I don't know if any of you guys heard the news, but the Monument Avenue up here in Virginia, all the Confederate statues are gone. I know some of you liberals are going to be hooting and hollering about this, but there's actually a piece of history you guys are forgetting. And several generals have stated this in the past and present. Those who failed to look at and study history correctly are doomed to repeat it. And what do you guys think by pulling out down statues? Is it really going to be making your lives better? My honest opinion about that? No. If you really want to fix the problems of the past, go back, dig up the history books. I don't give a crap how racist it is. You need to read up on what offends you. If it offends you that bad, guess what? You personally can make the change. Not me. It boils down to yourself. Myself included. I looked at history. I studied history. I majored in history. 3/4 of this hobby is history. So why persecute people that died 150 years ago just so you're in your real safe space? Guess what? Grow a set, cry yourself a little river, build a bridge, and get over it. And ran again. I'm sorry, folks, but that one has been needing to be said for some time. Now, getting back to the subject matter at hand, on the layout and my current show schedules. As it stands right now, these are all Greenberg train shows. Subject to change due to COVID and other bullshit laws. Which, in case you guys are wondering, this one will be rated at least pg15 or higher. Because I'm getting a little bit steamed off what's been going down for the last couple months. With that being said, we're seeing, getting back to the shows. The Chantilly show, aka the Dallas Expo one, as it stands right now, still going on. The Virginia Beach show, which is normally our Hampton show, still going on. The reason why they chose not to do Hampton, because the cost of the space where they're running it at is too damn high. For some unknown reason, Virginia Beach is cheaper. Week after the Virginia Beach show and the Hampton show are supposedly after Christmas, weekend after New Year's. Well, the Virginia Beach show is the weekend after New Year's, and the Richmond show is the next weekend after that. I'll be at both, if they're still going on. Any additional shows are a huge question mark, because it boils completely and totally down to my work schedule. And with that being said, I need to finish this video up so I can find out when my work schedule starts. Have a good one, guys.